Hello guys, welcome to another video. This is day 3 of my official unemployment. It's Wednesday today and I started Monday this week. Of course, was my first day where I started on this channel, and it was my first day of being unemployed. I set myself some rules. You might have seen the video on that. If you haven't, I'll link it up on the top of the screen somewhere. But I set myself some rules to follow, and I thought I'd just give you a quick update on how things have been going. I followed everything, basically all my rules, which were setting a schedule for myself, not drinking during the week, getting enough sleep, getting up at 5 in the morning, making at least three videos per week. And I've followed all of those so far. I've actually made more than the amount of videos that I set myself. May not have released them all at this point. I've got some editing to do, for example. But even with yesterday, where I went into town, met a friend for lunch, and that took a good portion of the day in the end, with the traveling and then meeting up and stuff. And yeah, so that took some time out of my day, but I've still managed to fulfill my goals. I've still managed to work out, and yeah, do all of the things I said I would do. So that's quite good. In terms of how the channel is going, I mean, it's super early, of course. But my first video, now this is something I think would be kind of interesting for you guys, is that my first video that I released on Friday, in fact last week, late on Friday last week, literally did nothing. Now I don't think in my entire history of releasing any videos on YouTube, because I have a previous channel from many years ago, and then I have a channel about day trading, which is also a very new channel. I've never had the experience of having a video have 0 views. And not 0 views, in fact, that's not the important thing, actually. The important thing is 0 impressions. So impressions is how many times your video has been presented to somebody in their sort of list of videos when they search for something, for example. How many times does it come up? I think there's some sort of requirement of it has to be on the screen for a second or something, and I don't know, I can look that up. But anyway, it's how many times has your video been presented for people to be able to choose whether they click on it or not. And I have 0 impressions on my first video. Now, I've never experienced that before. And what does that mean? Well, it means basically YouTube hasn't pushed, I guess, my video at all. Now, after, I think it was yesterday, that I actually came back and saw that it had 2 impressions. And I think it's now sitting on 4, on 4 impressions and 0 clicks. Now, 4 impressions. I mean, what has YouTube actually done there? I mean, has it just put it to 4 people? I mean, that's what it's saying, right? And why would they do that? I mean, if there's so many millions or billions or whatever on YouTube, how is it that you can push my video to 2 or 4 people? And it almost makes me think maybe it's popped up in one of my other accounts that I own or something, when I've been looking at one of them and I haven't realized or something. I don't know what has happened. But the point of this is that, you can post a video and you can think it's okay or decent or whatever. And I think my videos were okay. And it can do nothing, literally nothing. And I think on my other channel, I've experienced something similar with the sort of confusion that YouTube and the algorithm causes, because on my other channel, I've, for example, released a couple of videos, nothing's happened for a few days. I think I released about 5 or 6 videos when I first started the other channel, all together at the same time, just to have something for people to see. And I think that nothing really happened until maybe the first weekend. I think I released them at the beginning of the week or something, and nothing really happened until the first weekend. And then I got quite a spike. I got like 20 subscribers or something in a weekend. I thought, this is great. I've got this nailed. And then next week came along and I released one video the following week on a Thursday, which has been my scheduled Thursday at 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. my time, my local time in Sweden. And yeah, that video, that weekend, nothing really happened. And then the following weekend, I released another video on the Thursday, and that following weekend actually had, again, about another, I don't know, 10, 15 subscribers. And again, you think, yeah, okay, I've got this nailed. And then the next week, I think, did okay. And, you know, same release schedule every Thursday at 3 o'clock. And then came another weekend where there was really not much happening at all. And then suddenly another weekend where everything got a big boost. And I don't think the videos were a series of videos, and some of them were covering not similar but very related topics, and yet some of them did great, some of them didn't. There was no real explanation, and a lot of it seemed to be that whether YouTube was bothering to push them or not, and there seemed to be no rhyme or reason to when they got pushed. And then most recently, I released a video Thursday last week on that channel, and that video basically did pretty much nothing. Now, they had some problems with view counts, and there was some problem with statistics and analytics recently in the last couple of weeks. And I thought, okay, maybe that's had some sort of impact on it. So when I released that video, it really did nothing. And I thought, is that right? I mean, it got, I think, 20 views or something. And my videos normally get around, well, at least 100 and something. My most recent one's probably more approaching 200. I think I have 15 videos on that channel, and it's been fishy game for just less than 2 months, and 88 subscribers as well. So yeah, that video really did nothing until I don't know when it was, sometime random beginning of this week, I think it was Monday, Tuesday, when I don't normally get almost any engagement. Most of my engagement seems to come on weekends, and then suddenly that video just got, I don't know, like 180 views or something. Don't know why. Makes no sense. There's no rhyme or reason to it, it seems. So what I'm trying to say is that a 2-month-old channel with 15 or so videos, and all long form, right? All of them are around at least 20 minutes, up to almost an hour on some of them. It's just been completely random performance, random views, random subscribers. You know, you think you understand that the weekend is the most popular time for your videos, which it generally is still, but then one weekend just nothing happens. Is it because people aren't searching for that topic? Well, it could be, but then it could be that I've done a series of videos and then I've done a sort of summary video, putting the techniques that I've taught in the previous videos onto a trading chart and showing people real trades, and that video does really well. And then I do another 3 or 4 videos, and then I do another sort of, you know, all-in-one video where it shows all the concepts we've just learned in the previous videos in one video with real trade examples, so exactly the same thing as the one that did well before, and that one just doesn't. So, and I don't feel that the quality, in fact, the quality's probably got better. So I don't feel like it's something that I've done. I've even used the same thumbnail, but just changed the text because it's a series of videos. I decided that using the same thumbnail would keep a theme. And that is 15 videos worth of the same thumbnail now. And that doesn't seem to have affected the performance. The click-through rate is around 5% on those, on most of them. So it seems to be a consistent click-through rate. It just seems to be how much YouTube is pushing you. Now, of course, I'm sure when you get more videos out there and you've got more exposure, you've got more subscribers that maybe, you know, can come and watch a video immediately, and YouTube, whatever, pushes you to a larger audience, then I'm sure that, you know, then things will increase over time, and they have been already. But what I'm trying to get to in this is that it's very random. Hang on a minute. This one seems to be scrapping around on the sofa, pushing the cushions around, in case you wondered why that cushion was moving around. Stop interrupting the video. They say you shouldn't work with animals, don't they? Oh, sorry, you can't understand English, can you? You're a Swedish dog. Forget that. Anyway, go and do something else. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't seem to have, at least in the initial stages of channel, from what I can tell from both these channels, the one you're watching now and my trading channel, that what you do doesn't seem to make a great deal of difference. And it just seems to be fairly random the way YouTube processes or treats your content and the way it pushes it and the stats you get and all those kind of things. And yeah, it's I'm trying to show you guys that the really important thing is just to keep going and posting videos, I think, and building over time. And will you get that viral video? You probably will eventually. It's, you know, viral in comparison to your own previous content, or viral in the sense of it just goes massive. You know, I've seen plenty of examples of that, of course, on YouTube, that people can get videos that just go crazy, and it might be their second or third video. Don't know why. It just seems to be quite a lot of randomness, especially at the start. So just keep pushing through and just keep making videos. That's the main thing. Don't get too hung up on your stats. Don't get too hung up on the subscriber count. And what I'm going to do is, with my 4 impressions, let me see if I've got my phone. With my 4 impressions, let me just check that that's still accurate. But if it is, what I'll do is I will, there we go. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if you can see that. 4 impressions. So what I will do is I will come back to that at the end of the week or beginning of next week, maybe, and I'll do another summary and see if anything's changed. I'll probably upload 1 additional video this week, so I'll have a total of 3 videos on there. I have 2 now, 1 that I released last night, which I believe, well, clearly 4 impressions is for the entirety of the channel. And there's my impression click-through rate, which is 0. I could probably show you this on the screen, couldn't I? It might be easier, but I just thought I'd pull it up now. And here is my channel dashboard with 0 subscribers. And you can see the watch time is actually me watching my own videos to check that they were okay. And a couple of times I clicked on them by accident. So you've got some random views there. But yeah, there's really nothing happening. And I haven't experienced that before. So if you do experience that, I wouldn't worry too much about it, because, you know, it's so early, probably doesn't matter. And it's not that anyone's even got a chance to watch the videos to decide whether they're good or not, because there's been 0 pretty much impressions. So really weird. You know, you'd think YouTube would send it out to 100 people maybe, or something like that. 200, 400, 1,000 maybe, just test it. But nope, 4 impressions. So don't be disheartened, just keep going. Like I said, I do have 1 channel from years ago that has 771 subscribers now, I think, something like that. But I think that one's slowly going down now because it's been so many years since I even touched it. And but that one still gets, you know, a few hundred maybe views and stuff, and it's all old content. You know, much of it, some of it's evergreen perhaps, but a lot of it was tutorials on programs that obviously been updated since then, and so my tutorials are probably out of date. So do you mind trying to film a video here? Yeah, you. Anyway, yeah, don't worry about it too much. Just crack on, keep doing stuff, and let's see at the end of the week if anything's happened, or into next week. It'd be interesting to come back and see what progress I've made. If you go back to this video in 2 years' time, if I'm still here, and you know, you see what the progress is, that would be pretty interesting, I think, to see, or even in 2 months' time. So if you're interested in that and seeing if I can get above 4 impressions, or even a single view, hit that subscribe button and hit hit that like. And I guess if you are doing that, you've seen this video and you will get me a view and an impression. So then I will have been successful. So stay tuned for all of that. Follow along with the journey if you want to. I'm almost trying not to laugh about it at the moment. Let's see if I'm laughing next week or in the next couple of months about this. And if you want to laugh along with me, then you know what to do. Hit the subscribe, the like, leave me a comment as well. Comments are great. I love them. I like hearing from people and like hearing stories from people. So and your experiences. So let me know if you have anything to share. Otherwise, guys, hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Thanks for watching.